Welcome. Your presence here is no mere accident. This moment has been orchestrated by a higher power. You have been brought here for a significant purpose. Today I will reveal 6 unmistakable signs that indicate you are on the brink of receiving God's favor. First, let's clarify one important point. Favor is not about fairness. When God's favor enters your life, it initiates a series of events beyond your wildest dreams. It elevates you to levels you never imagined, often starting from situations that seem overwhelmingly challenging. True faith is only proven when it faces trials. It's easy to have faith when everything is going well, when your finances are stable and life feels secure. But what happens when adversity strikes and the solid ground beneath you begins to shake? That's when your faith is truly put to the test, often right before God's favor manifests in your life. Life has a unique way of molding us through our struggles. It can be uncomfortable and confusing at times. You may find yourself feeling burdened, asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Perhaps you're questioning whether God is still listening. Remember this: if you are undergoing a test, it is a clear indication that something extraordinary is on the horizon. Life's challenges are not meant for those who are not destined for victory. When you find yourself caught in the chaos and everything seems to be unraveling, take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, what is my source of strength? Difficult times reveal the true foundation of our lives. If your stability is based on fleeting things, like the opinions of others, your job status, or your own limited understanding, it will crumble under pressure. However, if your foundation is rooted in the promises of God, it will remain steadfast, no matter how intense the storm. God allows these storms to sweep away anything that isn't anchored in Him. Consider this: during calm times, we often rely on our own skills and resources. Yet when we reach our limits and are compelled to surrender, that's when we genuinely lean on Him. Relying on God is not a sign of weakness. It is an expression of faith. Faith doesn't eliminate doubts or fears. It's the decision to trust God even when the future is unclear and the journey is daunting. It's waking up each day and saying, "God, I may not know what lies ahead, but I trust that you do." That act of trust, in the face of uncertainty, is where God begins to perform miracles. Keep this in mind: the more significant the challenge, the more remarkable the story you will have to share. Reflect on the figures we admire in faith. Joseph transitioned from slavery to becoming a leader in Egypt. David faced relentless pursuit before ascending to the throne. Even Jesus faced the ultimate trial on the cross before achieving resurrection. You might be thinking, "I've been waiting for so long and nothing seems to change." Let me offer you some encouragement. Many of God's most remarkable works occur beneath the surface, out of sight. Imagine a seed nestled in the earth. Before it ever breaks through the ground, it develops roots that create a strong foundation, ready to support its growth when the time comes. Your faith operates in a similar manner. Each time you place your trust in God during tough times, your roots deepen, and when the moment is right, you'll witness the fruits of your faith. Keep in mind that God's favor isn't solely about material gifts or immediate solutions. Often, His favor manifests as the resilience to persevere, the tranquility to keep moving forward, or the insight to make wise decisions. The trials that seem to be overwhelming you are often the very tools God uses to mold you. The struggles you are currently experiencing are preparing you for the purpose He has set for you. So, instead of resenting the challenges or lamenting the storms, shift your perspective. Ask God, "What lessons are you teaching me through this? How is my faith being strengthened in this moment?" Then, have faith that He is orchestrating everything for your ultimate benefit. Faith is not about avoiding the flames. It's about knowing you won't face them alone. While God never guaranteed a smooth journey, He assured us of His presence through every trial. So when challenges arise, hold your ground. Let not fear or doubt undermine your belief. Stand strong on His promises, with the assurance that if you're undergoing a trial, it's a sign that something extraordinary awaits you. When you emerge from the struggle, you'll realize that every hardship was a stepping stone to experiencing God's abundant grace. Life can sometimes feel like a series of closed doors, leaving you with a sense of finality. These moments can be abrupt, disheartening, and even hurtful, leading to feelings of confusion or betrayal. However, remember this: a closed door is merely a new beginning in disguise. What may seem like a setback is often God's way of safeguarding you from paths that aren't meant for you, or guiding you towards something far more fulfilling. When a door shuts, it's easy to feel frustrated and ask, why would God allow this? It's completely normal to question and feel as though you've lost a chance. However, think about this. That closed door could very well be an indication that God is actively guiding your life. His understanding transcends our own. He perceives the future, including potential dangers and obstacles that we may not foresee. At times, he closes a door to protect you from situations that could be harmful, hinder your progress, or divert you from his intended path for your life. Consider a child reaching for something dangerous, unaware of the risk involved. A caring parent instinctively intervenes, pulling them back, even if the child cannot comprehend the reason. This is akin to how God interacts with us. He perceives dangers that we may overlook, and out of love, he intervenes to guide us in a different direction. While it may feel like a setback at first, as time passes and the broader perspective unfolds, you will begin to recognize the hidden blessings behind that closed door. When God shuts a door, it's easy to fixate on what you've lost. You might find yourself replaying the situation, pondering what you could have changed. However, fixating on the past can blind you to the new possibilities that God is orchestrating for you. We often cling to what is comfortable and known, but sometimes God invites us to release the good in order to receive something even greater. It's not merely about remaining in your comfort zone. It's about fully embracing his divine plan for your life. Releasing what you hold dear is challenging. It requires trust, patience, and unwavering faith. You must have confidence that God's plan is unfolding, even when it seems unclear. Growth frequently occurs during the waiting phase, the interval between the closed door and the one that God is preparing to open. In this period, he cultivates your character, fortifies your faith, and readies you for what lies ahead. A door may close not because the opportunity was flawed, but because it simply wasn't meant for you. Timing is crucial in God's design. He is concerned not only with your destination, but also with the timing of your arrival. A blessing received too soon can turn into a burden, which is why God ensures you are prepared before unveiling the next opportunity. Not every closed door is intended to be reopened. We often expend time and energy trying to re-enter situations that God has already removed us from. You may find yourself attempting to force open a door that God has firmly closed, but no amount of effort on your part can change that reality. Even if you succeed in prying it open, you will soon understand why it was closed in the first place. Having faith in God means recognizing that his no is just as loving as his yes. During times of uncertainty, take a moment to reflect on your past. Can you recall instances when a closed door felt like a setback, but ultimately turned out to be a blessing? Perhaps it was a job opportunity that slipped away, a relationship that ended, or an unexpected change in direction. At that moment, it may have seemed like a failure, but looking back, you can see how it led to something greater. An opportunity, a breakthrough, or a deeper understanding of yourself and God's purpose. God frequently uses closed doors as teaching moments. They foster our growth, build our resilience, and deepen our trust in him. It is in these uncertain times that we learn to depend on him completely. Closed doors also encourage us to surrender. They remind us that we are not in control, and that our lives are directed by a God who knows precisely what we need and when we need it. The weight of a closed door can feel even heavier when we compare ourselves to others. You might question why their door opened while yours remains shut. However, comparison robs you of joy and distorts your perspective. What God has in store for someone else is not meant for you, and what he has planned for you is uniquely yours. Just because your door hasn't opened yet doesn't mean it won't. Trust that his timing is perfect, even if it doesn't align with your expectations. Keep in mind that God doesn't merely close doors, he opens them as well. And when he opens a door, no one can close it. When the moment is right, the opportunities he presents will far exceed anything you could have envisioned. His ways are higher than ours, and his timing is always impeccable. Trusting him means having faith that his plan is worth the wait. Closed doors are not signs of failure. Rather, they are integral to God's divine plan, steering you towards something greater. They serve as evidence that God is actively involved in your life, shaping your journey. When one opportunity closes, maintain your hope. Instead, reach out to God and seek His wisdom for your next move. Have faith that He is orchestrating everything for your benefit, even if it's not immediately visible. A closed door is not a rejection. It's a divine redirection. It's God's way of indicating that something better awaits you. Trust in Him and follow His lead. When you place your faith in His guidance, the path He lays out for you will surpass your wildest dreams. Don't allow closed doors to dishearten you. Embrace them as part of your journey, recognizing that each step brings you closer to God's ultimate purpose for your life. At times, you may experience a subtle restlessness within your spirit. This isn't anxiety or fear. It's a signal that change is on the horizon. It's an indication that the life you've been living no longer aligns with your true calling. Even if you can't fully grasp it, you sense a spiritual awakening that heralds transformation. This feeling is not coincidental. It's a clear sign that God is preparing you for something extraordinary. When God begins to work in your life, the transformation often starts within you before it manifests externally. That sense of unease is His way of capturing your attention, urging you to prepare for the new things He is about to unveil. While the uncertainty may seem daunting, this inner stirring is a reminder that God is already working on your behalf in ways you may not yet perceive. This restlessness often emerges when you've outgrown your current phase. It may feel like stagnation, but in truth, God is equipping you for the next chapter of your journey. Growth often comes with discomfort. It pushes you beyond your limits and challenges your very core. Consider a seed buried in the earth. Before it can blossom into its true form, it must stretch, push through, and sometimes even break free from the darkness. This is how God operates in your life. The unease you experience is designed to nudge you out of your comfort zone and guide you toward your true purpose. This sensation also serves as a divine reminder to shift your focus. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, pursuing success, nurturing relationships, or adhering to routines, it's easy to lose sight of His greater plan. When God stirs your spirit, it's an invitation to pause and reflect. He's gently reminding you that your genuine purpose lies in Him, not in the fleeting distractions of this world. He's urging you to let go of what no longer aligns with His vision so you can embrace the future He has in store for you. Let's face it, spiritual restlessness can be daunting. It feels like waiting in a room without any guidance. You might find yourself questioning your decisions, relationships, and even your life's direction. The urge to rush through this phase, to force answers, or to regain control can be strong. However, this restlessness isn't about hastily finding solutions. It's about placing your trust in God during the uncertain times. When God stirs your spirit, He isn't asking you to have all the answers. Instead, He's inviting you to trust Him, even when the path ahead seems unclear. This is where faith comes into play. Faith doesn't require you to know every detail of what's to come. It simply means believing that what God has in store for you surpasses anything you could orchestrate on your own. It's about surrendering your desire for control and embracing His timing and plan. This journey may seem like a vast wilderness, filled with uncertainty and ambiguity, but that's perfectly all right. The same God who ignited your spirit is the one who will lead you onward. He is not a God of chaos, but of clarity. Even when the way ahead appears unclear, His presence remains unwavering. Place your trust in Him, embrace His wisdom, and let Him guide you step by step. Don't hesitate to envision greater dreams. At times, God inspires your spirit to broaden your horizons. He's urging you to look beyond your current situation and previous experiences. He's beckoning you to embrace a purpose that surpasses anything you've ever envisioned. Don't confine what He can achieve in your life. Have faith that His plans are infinitely more significant than anything you could ever imagine. Keep in mind that this feeling of restlessness is only temporary. It's merely a phase, not your ultimate destination. The stirring within you signifies a transition, not a standstill. God is guiding you toward new horizons, equipping you for the next chapter, and molding you for a life rich in purpose and blessings. As He prepares you for a fresh season, you may start to notice shifts in your relationships. Friendships that once felt solid might begin to feel strained, and those you once depended on may seem to drift away. This can be disorienting and even hurtful, but remember, these changes are intentional. God is refining your circle, eliminating connections that no longer align with the purpose He has set for you. This is a vital part of His strategy to ready you for what lies ahead. Relationships wield immense power. They influence your thoughts, your growth, and even your self-perception. The individuals you choose to surround yourself with can either propel you toward your destiny or divert you from it. Therefore, when God is preparing you for something greater, He often starts by reshaping your relationships. Not everyone is destined to accompany you on the journey God has planned. While this truth can be difficult to accept, it is essential to understand. It's not about labeling anyone as unworthy. Rather, their time in your life may simply have come to an end. Just as each chapter in a book serves its purpose but doesn't carry over into the next, some relationships are meant for a specific season. They contribute to your growth, impart lessons, or provide support during particular moments. However, when God is getting you ready for what's next, He may prompt you to let go of these connections. This journey can feel isolating at times. You may wonder why certain individuals are fading from your life, or why once easy relationships now feel challenging. It's crucial to remember that God perceives what you cannot. He understands the intentions behind every heart, the long-term implications of every bond, and how each relationship influences your development. Where you might see a steadfast friend, God may recognize someone who could impede your progress. Out of His deep love for you, He will intervene to remove anything or anyone that no longer aligns with His divine purpose for your life. Sometimes, the process of change is subtle, unfolding gradually as you drift apart from certain individuals. Other times, it can be abrupt, like a door slamming shut unexpectedly. Both scenarios are integral to God's design. While the pain may be immediate, have faith that He is making room for the right people to come into your life. One of the toughest aspects of this pruning journey is recognizing that not everyone will be happy for your progress. Some may feel threatened or envious of the transformations you're experiencing. They might question your decisions or fail to support your journey. Although this can be disheartening, don't allow it to deter you. Your journey is uniquely yours, and not everyone is meant to accompany you on it. Not every relationship needs to come to an end. Some can adapt and flourish alongside you. There are individuals in your life who may initially struggle to understand your growth, but are open to evolving with you. These are the connections that deserve your time and energy. Seek out those who uplift you, celebrate your achievements without envy, and inspire you to keep progressing. These individuals are part of the support system that God has orchestrated to guide you into the next chapter of your life. As relationships change, it's essential to protect your heart. The loss of people can lead to feelings of resentment or bitterness if you're not mindful. Holding on to such emotions will only hinder your progress. Instead, choose to release them with gratitude. Acknowledge the role those individuals played in your life and trust that their exit is a vital part of His grand design. As God removes certain individuals from your life, He simultaneously introduces new ones who are meant to be part of your journey. These fresh connections will resonate with your purpose, encourage your growth, and provide support in ways you may not have previously encountered. However, to embrace these new relationships, you must be prepared to release what no longer serves you. Be deliberate in the relationships you cultivate, moving forward. Understand that not everyone who crosses your path is destined to remain, and not all who offer support have genuine intentions. Seek wisdom through prayer. Ask God to reveal the true motives of those around you and to guide you in building connections that align with His divine plan for your life. During this transformative period, you may find your relationship with God deepening. When certain people exit your life, it creates an opportunity for you to rely on Him more profoundly. In the absence of others, you will discover that God's presence is unwavering. His love is steadfast, and His strength is more than sufficient. This phase of refining your relationships is not about solitude, it's about preparation. God is intentionally placing the right individuals in your life, those who will assist you in fulfilling your purpose. He is crafting a circle that embodies His love, wisdom, and vision for your future. Although this journey may present challenges, it is leading you towards something greater. As you navigate these changes, remain open to God's guidance. Be willing to let go of relationships that no longer align with your path and embrace the new connections He brings your way. Trust that every shift in your relationships is purposeful, a part of His plan to position you for what lies ahead. Remember, those who are meant to stay in your life will do so naturally, not through force, but because God has ordained it. This process transcends mere relationships. It's about preparing you for what's next. The individuals you choose to surround yourself with are crucial to your growth, and God desires to ensure that your circle supports and uplifts you as He leads you into His favor. So welcome this journey. Have faith in what God is orchestrating, and recognize that each transition is guiding you closer to your destiny. Life can sometimes feel like a relentless storm, with challenges emerging from every corner. Just when you think you have a handle on things, obstacles appear, and what once seemed manageable suddenly feels insurmountable. It's completely normal to feel disheartened or to wonder why the road has become so rocky. However, this struggle is not without purpose. Resistance often surfaces right when you are on the brink of a major breakthrough. The adversary doesn't expend energy on things that don't threaten his agenda. When you encounter increased opposition, it frequently indicates that you are approaching a significant moment that has been divinely orchestrated for you. This resistance can be overwhelming, crashing over you like waves, testing your peace, confidence, and even your relationships. Those you depend on may begin to waver in their support, and unforeseen difficulties can emerge in areas that once felt stable. This is not mere coincidence. It's a strategic attempt to drain your spirit and divert your focus. Instead of succumbing to discouragement, view this as a sign that you are on the right track. Opposition often heralds the arrival of something extraordinary that God is about to unleash in your life. As you draw closer to His purpose for you, the adversary becomes alarmed. He recognizes the potential impact you will have when you fully embrace your calling and will do everything in His power to hinder you. The encouraging truth is that no challenge can overshadow God's might. In fact, God frequently permits these trials to equip you for the blessings that lie ahead. The difficulties you are currently facing are fortifying you for what is to come. Resistance is only temporary. Always keep in mind that resistance is just a fleeting phase. Every storm eventually passes, and no obstacle can overshadow God's might. The struggles you encounter today will transform into the triumphant narrative you will share tomorrow. God specializes in converting setbacks into setups for something extraordinary. Have faith that He is utilizing every trial to equip you for the blessings that lie ahead. In times of opposition, take a moment to remind yourself of your true identity and your divine connection. You are a beloved child of God, filled with His Spirit and supported by His promises. While the enemy may attempt to dishearten or intimidate you, remember that he holds no authority over your life. God's intentions for you are filled with goodness, and His purpose will ultimately prevail. Stand resolute in this truth, allowing it to guide you through the struggles. Resistance is not a cue to retreat, it's a call to persevere. As you draw closer to your breakthrough, the resistance may intensify. However, don't let that deter you. Let it inspire you. Continue to move forward, confident that God is by your side every step of the way. The obstacles you face now are molding you for the blessings that are on the horizon. They are preparing you to embrace the fullness of God's favor and to fulfill His purpose in your life. Embrace the resistance, trust in God's timing, and remind yourself that your breakthrough is closer than it appears. When the pressure mounts, it often signifies that victory is just around the bend. Stay dedicated, stay focused, and witness how God transforms every challenge into a chance for His favor. In life, there are times when you may encounter a profound stillness as God prepares you for His blessings. It can feel as if the rhythm of your life has suddenly decelerated. Opportunities you were eagerly awaiting seem to halt. Doors that appeared ready to open remain shut, and the plans you've diligently crafted seem to be at a standstill. This stillness can be disconcerting, particularly in a society that values relentless activity and visible achievements. However, this divine stillness is not indicative of a setback or rejection. Rather, it serves as a powerful reminder that God is orchestrating events behind the scenes in ways that are not yet apparent to you. This stillness is far from empty. It is filled with purpose. It represents a time when God is working profoundly beneath the surface of your existence. Just as a seed lies dormant before it sprouts, this period of stillness is where God is preparing you for what is to come. He is aligning circumstances, refining your spirit, and removing obstacles that could impede the blessings He is ready to bestow upon you. Stillness as a time for growth. To truly appreciate the significance of stillness, you must shift your mindset. It is not a time of idleness. It is a deliberate phase of preparation. This sacred interval invites you to engage in deep introspection. God uses this time to draw you away from distractions and the chaos of life, urging you to refocus your attention on Him. This pause presents a chance to reassess your priorities and intentions. Are you in harmony with God's will, or are you chasing after personal desires? These moments of contemplation provide clarity and alignment, ensuring that as you advance, you do so with a heart that is surrendered to His divine plan. Having faith in God's timing. Stillness requires trust, even when you cannot see immediate progress. Faith is not rooted in what is visible. It is about holding on to God's promises. Trusting God during these periods of stillness means relinquishing your timeline to His, with the assurance that His timing is always impeccable. God's delays are not denials. They often serve as a protective measure, preventing you from rushing into situations that may not be right for you. He understands your needs, the timing of those needs, and the best way to fulfill them. The virtue of patience. Waiting is not merely about passing time. It's a test of your attitude during that wait. Will you approach it with impatience and skepticism, or will you embrace it with hope and trust? This period of waiting cultivates patience, a vital quality that prepares you for both the blessings and trials that lie ahead. The patience that God instills in you now will empower you to rely on His timing rather than your own ambitions. The strength of letting go. In moments of stillness, God may eliminate distractions or shut certain doors. What seems like a setback is often His way of making room for the blessings that are on their way. This act of surrender positions you to fully embrace His divine plans. In the absence of constant busyness, His voice becomes more distinct. Take this opportunity to strengthen your connection with Him through prayer and reflection on Scripture. In these quiet times, God shares His wisdom and guidance for your journey ahead. Healing and insight in quietude. Stillness provides a rare chance for healing. Past hurts stemming from disappointments, betrayals, or failures can hinder your ability to fully embrace God's grace. In this stillness, God invites you to face these wounds and allows Him to bring healing. Healing paves the way to liberation, allowing you to progress unburdened by the past. This period also offers clarity, helping you to discern God's guidance and grasp His intentions with greater understanding. Preparing for the future. Even when it seems like nothing is changing, it is in stillness that God fortifies your spirit. Just as a tree's roots deepen during a storm, your spiritual foundation is being strengthened. This process cultivates resilience, faith, and character, empowering you to confront future challenges with assurance, letting go of control. This time of stillness is a powerful reminder of who holds ultimate authority. It's tempting to think that your own efforts will lead to success, but stillness redirects your attention to God's might. He is the storyteller of your life, the one who opens pathways, creates chances, and guides you into His blessings. Your task is not to force outcomes, but to yield, to trust Him and allow Him to guide your steps. Resist the temptation to hurry through this phase or fill the quiet with distractions. Embrace the stillness and permit God to work within and through you. God's blessings are coming. In due time, God will take action. Opportunities will present themselves, doors will swing open, and His blessings will manifest in your life. This stillness is not a setback, but a preparation for something far beyond your imagination. Living in God's blessings is not about pursuing rewards. It's about becoming the person He designed you to be. It involves trusting His timing, allowing Him to refine your character and remaining steadfast even when the journey feels daunting. His plans for you surpass your understanding, and His purpose is greater than any challenge you encounter. Hold on to hope, trust in His process, and advance with faith. Your time of blessing is approaching. Keep your eyes on the goal, remain open to His guidance, and witness how God leads you to unimaginable heights. His favor not only enriches your life, but also changes you, empowering you to uplift others and achieve the remarkable destiny He has designed for you. Move forward with courage, place your trust in Him completely, and stride confidently into the wonderful plans God has in store for you. May you experience overflowing blessings as you welcome this period of tranquility and ready yourself for His amazing favor. It's easy to interpret resistance as a sign of missteps, but more often, it signifies the opposite. When you are aligned with God's will, facing opposition is simply part of the journey. The enemy doesn't target what he already controls. He aims for those who are stepping into their divine destiny. That's why it's crucial to remain steadfast, even as the pressure mounts. Your perseverance is a testament to your faith and trust in God. The Bible is rich with stories of individuals who encountered formidable obstacles right before their moments of breakthrough. For instance, David confronted Goliath before he was acknowledged as a leader. Joseph faced betrayal, enslavement, and imprisonment before rising to power in Egypt and Handby. Even Jesus endured rejection, betrayal, and crucifixion before achieving the victory of resurrection. In each narrative, the struggles were not indicators of failure. Rather, they were the crucial final hurdles before success. When you find yourself under siege, it's completely understandable to feel exhausted and to question the worth of your fight. You might wonder if you possess the strength to continue. But here's the reality. You are not fighting this battle alone. God stands with you, and His strength shines brightest in your moments of weakness. By leaning on Him, you will find the support, direction, and tools necessary to confront every challenge. The resistance you face is not designed to break you. It is intended to fortify you. Adversity has a transformative role. It refines your spirit. It reveals your inner strength, your faith, character, and reliance on God. These challenges provide you with the opportunity to grow, deepen your dependence on Him, and cultivate the qualities essential for your future. True strength is developed through struggle, and every hardship presents a chance to prepare for the next chapter of your life. Perseverance in the face of adversity. One of the greatest challenges when encountering resistance is the urge to give up. When the going gets tough, it's natural to doubt your path and question whether the struggle is worthwhile. However, surrendering is precisely what the adversary hopes for. If you relent, you risk missing out on the divine plan that awaits you. This is why steadfastness is essential. Continue to push forward, even when the journey seems arduous. Have faith that God is orchestrating events behind the scenes for your benefit. During times of struggle, anchor yourself in God's Word. The Bible serves as your wellspring of strength and motivation, constantly reminding you of God's promises and unwavering faithfulness. When you feel exhausted or overwhelmed, turn to Scripture for renewal and clarity. Engage in prayer, seeking God's strength, insight, and direction. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who uplift and inspire you during this challenging period. Resistance reveals purpose. Resistance often compels you to reevaluate your priorities, motivations, and the foundation of your trust. Are you leaning on your own abilities, or are you placing your faith in God? Are you pursuing fleeting achievements, or are you striving for His purpose in your life? Obstacles have a unique way of eliminating distractions and sharpening your focus on what truly matters. Sometimes the resistance you encounter transcends your personal journey. It may involve breaking through long-standing barriers, patterns, beliefs, or struggles within your family or community that God is urging you to confront. Overcoming these obstacles is never simple, but the rewards are immeasurable. You are not only advocating for your own growth, but also laying the groundwork for those who will follow in your footsteps. Your resolve has the potential to create a profound and lasting influence.